Well, good evening and thank you for joining us. Over a year has passed since the Supreme Court of Canada first decided to strike down Canada's laws prohibiting physician-assisted death. Now the federal government is drafting legislation to correspond with that decision. Amidst the controversial subject is the Catholic Church's position on euthanasia. The Catholic Archdiocese of Edmonton made a trip to Lloydminster today to start a conversation with the congregation on the issue. Hannah reports.
It was a packed congregation at St. Anthony's Church. The Archbishop of Edmonton, Richard Smith, made a stop in the border city to share the Catholic Church's perspective on physician-assisted death.
Understandably, they've got a lot of questions around this. And so this is an opportunity to go to my people throughout the Archdiocese and to review all of this with them. And here is our stance as a Catholic people.
He says while they understand the emotional distress people feel when faced with these types of situations, the Catholic stance against assisted death is firm. That's why he came prepared to address the tough questions.
The toughest questions usually revolve around the question of suffering, because none of us wants to suffer, and even less do we want to see our loved ones suffer.
He adds it's important for people to know that euthanasia and the forgoal of treatment are separate issues.
If extraordinary means that are used to preserve a life start to outweigh any benefits of their use, then we say it would be legitimate to end that treatment. But it's a decision to end the treatment, not to end the patient.
A legal associate and doctor were also present to answer questions from a different standpoint.
I hope to be able to shed some light on, again, my role just as the legal framework in what they're hearing from the media, which is often very mixed message and maybe not be entirely accurate sometimes.
Kate Faught says until June 6th, people have the opportunity to ask the court to provide them with an order which allows them to end their life.
After June 6th, right now at least there's no framework in place governing how physicians will assist their patients in dying or how patients can try to obtain that right.
The provincial government is currently drafting regulatory procedures. As for the Archbishop, he plans to visit 4 other churches over the next month to continue the conversation. Hannah, Newcap News.
It was quite the scene at the Civic Center Saturday as the midget AAA Bobcats reached the national stage for the first time in history. The Bobcats swept their series with the Valley West Hawks from Langley, BC, and will now be heading to New Brunswick for the TELUS Cup beginning April 18th. Moses Waldo will have more on the historic win later in sports. Well, today was the final day of the Lloydminster Home and Garden Show as crowds of residents shopped and piled up on necessary supplies for this year's upcoming spring and summer season.
This weekend went great. The weather was so beautiful. People came out. We added a food truck outside this year, and so people were just enjoying that. It was a great weekend to come down and get learn some new things for the home and garden season coming up for spring. Decorate your home and yard and everything like that. And with all the sessions, everything ran so smoothly, and it was a really great weekend, and we really think everybody enjoyed themselves.
As good as the event was at getting many in the spring mood, all the shopping was positive for many local businesses.
Lots of traffic, lots and lots of traffic. We'll probably see the after in weeks to come to see, but it's been a really good show.
It's a great opportunity to get their name out there, their brand out there, meet and mingle with some people who are looking for products that they're offering. So I think it's been a really great opportunity for local businesses to really show their stuff.
Well, the Home and Garden Show has been in the border city for over 30 years and continues to grow in size and in popularity.